Australian sprint phenom Gout Gout has sent shockwaves through the athletics world with a stunning announcement about his Olympic ambitions that shocked fans and competitors alike. The 17-year-old sensation revealed he's not just targeting the upcoming 2028 Los Angeles Olympics, but has set his sights on creating a historic legacy at the 2032 Brisbane Games. A declaration that six-time world champion Noah Lyles described as a perfect storm brewing for the teenage superstar. Speaking candidly on the Beyond the Records podcast alongside Lyles and American hurdler Grant Holloway, Gout made his intentions crystal clear. That's the end goal for sure, so pretty much like running there, and obviously LA, which is in 2028, so your hometown or not, your home country. So looking forward to that, and obviously I'll be aiming to head there, and World Championships this year in Tokyo. I got the qualifier, obviously, so I'm aiming to be there as well. And 2032 Olympics, yeah, that's where I'm at for sure.
No cooking? Just grab a Huel instead.
These Huels taste so good, I would compare it to a milkshake.
It's like one of my favorite cheat meals. Bonus, they're even low in sugar.
Huel is a budget-friendly meal under $5. You got to get on this, bro.
I'm here for it.
This podcast is sponsored by Huel.
Spelled Huel, the world's leading complete nutrition brand.
Head to Huel.com to place your first order.
This bold declaration comes as the teenager prepares to defend his national title in the under-20 100 meters at the 2025 Australian Open and under-20 athletics championships in Perth this week, where he'll also step up to compete against seniors in the men's 200 meters. The competition represents another critical step in Gout's meteoric rise through the ranks of global sprinting, having already established himself as one of the most promising talents the sport has seen in decades.
And now we really start to open him up. So let the legs loose and let the kid run. He is absolutely gone. He is Gout of this world.
What makes Gout's Olympic ambitions particularly remarkable is the trajectory he's on. At just 17, he already holds the 200-meter sprint record for his age group, clocking an astonishing 20.04 seconds at the 2024 Australian All-Schools Athletics Championship, a time that shattered Usain Bolt's previous age group record of 20.13 seconds set in 2003. More recently, Gout sent jaws dropping with a wind-assisted 19.98 seconds in the 200 meters at the Queensland State Championships on March 17th, signaling his potential to break the 20-second barrier legitimately in the near future. The timing of Gout's Olympic declaration is particularly significant, given that the 2032 Games will be held in Brisbane, Australia, his home country. By then, Gout will be approaching his 24th birthday and theoretically entering his prime as a sprinter. As Lyles pointed out during their podcast conversation, this creates a perfect storm scenario where Gout could potentially become the face of the Games in front of a home crowd, similar to how Kathy Freeman electrified Australia during the 2000 Sydney Olympics. But what truly stunned listeners was Gout's refusal to simply accept comparisons to Bolt, the 8-time Olympic gold medalist whose shadow looms large over any emerging sprint talent. Instead, the teenager expressed his desire to forge his legendary path. I'm trying to be the next Gout Gout, and being compared to Usain Bolt is amazing. Everyone wants to be the next star, basically, and Usain Bolt's the best sprinter, the best athlete, so being compared to him is great. But then, I'm Gout Gout, so I want to be able to make my name as big as his name, and obviously people younger than me would be like, you're going to be the next Gout Gout. So yeah, I want to be like that.
My dream is I want to be one of the best athletes Australia has ever seen.
This statement of intent reveals a maturity and ambition rarely seen in athletes so young, especially considering the pressure that comes with being labeled the next Usain Bolt. Rather than being overwhelmed by such comparisons, Gout is embracing them while simultaneously crafting his own identity and legacy, a delicate balance that many prodigies struggle to achieve. Lyles, who at 27 is already a 6-time world champion, Olympic gold medalist, and the third fastest man ever with a 19.31 second personal best in the 200 meters, acknowledged the potential changing of the guard that could occur over the next 7 years. The American sprinter humorously mentioned he might be on his way out by the time the 2032 Olympics roll around, when he'll be approaching 35 years old. Similarly, Holloway joked, "I won't be there, I'll be in the stands," acknowledging that he too will be 35 when Brisbane hosts the Games. In the immediate future, all eyes will be on Gout at the Australian Championships in Perth, where he enters as the favorite in the U20 men's 100 meters on April 10th. 3 days later, he'll face a rematch with Lachlan Kennedy in the men's 200 meters, the same competitor who narrowly edged him out at the Moree Plant meet in late March in what was Gout's first senior competition. That narrow defeat has only fueled the teenager's determination to prove himself against more experienced rivals. The athletics world is already excited about the potential showdown between Gout and Lyles at the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics, which would pit the established champion against the rising star in what could be one of the most anticipated sprint duels in Olympic history. By then, Gout will be 20 years old and likely much closer to his peak abilities, while Lyles will be 31, still within the typical prime years for male sprinters. Gout's ambitious timeline also includes this year's World Championships in Tokyo, for which he has already secured qualification. This represents an extraordinary achievement for a 17-year-old and provides him with invaluable experience on the global stage before his planned Olympic debut. What sets Gout apart from many teenage phenoms is not just his incredible times, but his consistent improvement. After opening his 2025 season in February in Brisbane, he has continued to lower his marks, suggesting that his ceiling might be even higher than initially projected. His personal best of 10.17 seconds in the 100 meters also indicates his versatility across sprint distances, a hallmark of truly exceptional track talents. As the countdown continues toward the 2028 and 2032 Olympics, the pressure on Gout will undoubtedly intensify. However, if his composed response to his rapid rise to fame is any indication, the Australian teenager appears well equipped to handle the expectations. His focus now shifts to the championships in Perth, where he'll aim to add more national titles to his growing collection and continue his remarkable journey toward Olympic glory. What do you think about Gout's bold Olympic plans? Can the 17-year-old Australian superstar live up to the immense expectations and create a legacy that rivals or even surpasses Usain Bolt's? And how might his rivalry with Noah Lyles develop over the next few years leading up to the Los Angeles Olympics? The sprint world watches with bated breath as this extraordinary talent blazes his trail toward what could be a historic dual Olympic campaign.
We might be under 52 here. I mean, she's jogging. Let's just be real here. She doesn't have to push that hard, but she is in a class of her own. It's not, she's not quite sub 52.
Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone just turned the athletics world upside down with a performance that left everyone in disbelief. Fans and competitors alike are still in shock after what she pulled off at the inaugural Grand Slam track event in Kingston, Jamaica. The 4-time Olympic gold medalist stunned the crowd with a world-leading 52.76 seconds to win the 400-meter hurdles on Friday. As if that wasn't enough, she returned on Sunday to dominate the flat 400 meters, finishing in 50.32 seconds. It was an unexpected, and the athletics world will never be the same. This remarkable achievement earned McLaughlin-Levrone the title of Kingston Slam champion in the long hurdles category, and the $100,000 77,610 pounds top prize, establishing her dominance in this innovative new competition format. What makes her victory particularly impressive is the margins of her wins: 1.77 seconds in the 400-meter hurdles and 1.83 seconds in the flat 400-meter, gaps that demonstrate her unparalleled supremacy in both disciplines. Obviously, that first one always hurts, but I'm happy to be here. Great experience, McLaughlin-Levrone told broadcasters in her characteristically understated manner after Friday's race, giving no indication of the dominant performance that would follow on Sunday. Her composed demeanor belied the historic nature of what she had just accomplished, establishing herself as the athlete to beat in both the 400-meter hurdles and the flat 400-meter.
It was amazing. I mean, to be able to walk into a stadium you've never been in and just have so much love it just makes it really fun to run and want to put on a show.
Will you come back to Jamaica in the future and race?
I hope so. It was a great experience. Absolutely.
The Grand Slam Track Series, the brainchild of track legend Michael Johnson, represents a revolutionary approach to athletics competition. The format brings together the world's fastest athletes for 4 3-day events each year, with competitors racing in 2 related events across the 3 days. Their combined results determine the champion in each category, with substantial prize money on offer. The categories include short sprints, 100 meters and 200 meters, short hurdles, long sprints, 200 meters and 400 meters, long hurdles, 400 meters hurdles and 400 meters, short distance, 800 meters and 1,500 meters, and long distance, 3,000 meters and 5,000 meters. In the women's 400-meter hurdles on Friday, McLaughlin Levrone faced her longtime rival, Olympic gold medalist Delilah Muhammad, who finished second with a time of 54.59 seconds. Home favorite Russell Clayton rounded out the podium, crossing the finish line in 55.02 seconds. Sunday's flat 400 meters produced a similar result, with McLaughlin Levrone pulling away from the field to secure her sweep and the championship. McLaughlin Levrone's achievement is even more remarkable because she intends to continue pushing boundaries throughout the Grand Slam track season. She revealed that she's looking at switching to the 100 meters and 100 meters hurdles for the Philadelphia event, May 30th to June 1st, and possibly the 200 meters and 400 meters for Los Angeles, June 27th to 29th. This versatility across sprint distances showcases her extraordinary athletic range and raises tantalizing questions about what records might fall next. As for her plans for September's World Championships, McLaughlin Levrone is keeping her options open, stating that she'll make a decision later this season whether to focus on the 400-meter hurdles or the flat 400-meter. This strategic approach highlights her confidence in her abilities across multiple disciplines and suggests that fans may witness even more history-making performances in the months ahead. But wait, there is more. McLaughlin Levrone wasn't the only American to make a statement in Kingston. Melissa Jefferson Wooden completed a sweep of the short sprints, adding the 200 meters, 23.46 seconds into a significant 4.7 meters per second headwind to her 100-meter win from Saturday.
I stepped up on the scene last year.
Jefferson Wooden said,
People kind of, remember who I was, but now this year I'm going into it with a statement and just saying, like, hey, I'm here. You can count me out if you want, but I'm still going to be here no matter what you may think of me.
The men's event saw equally impressive performances, with Britain's Matthew Hudson-Smith winning the 200 meters to top the long sprints category after placing second in Friday's 400 meters. In the 800 meters, Canadian Marco Arop ran away from Kenyan Emmanuel Wanyonyi in a reversal of their 1-2 finish from the Paris Olympics. Wanyonyi, however, secured the Kingston Slam short distance title by pairing his second-place finish with his 1,500-meter win from Saturday. The inaugural Grand Slam track event has already delivered on its promise to generate more interest in track and field through its innovative format and world-class performances. With 3 more events scheduled for this season, Miami, May 2nd to 4th, Philadelphia, May 30th to June 1st, and Los Angeles, June 27th to 29th, all to be broadcast live on Peacock, athletics fans can anticipate more thrilling competitions and potentially more record-breaking performances. McLaughlin Levrone's dominance in Kingston sets a high bar for the remaining Grand Slam track events and positions her as the athlete to watch across multiple disciplines. Her ability to excel in both the 400-meter hurdles, where she holds the world record, and the flat 400-meter demonstrates a versatility rarely seen at the elite level of track and field. As she continues to explore different events throughout the series, the athletic world will be watching closely to see what boundaries this extraordinary athlete might break next. What makes McLaughlin Levrone's achievements particularly significant is the context in which they occur. At just 25 years old, she has already established herself as one of the greatest track athletes of her generation, with multiple Olympic gold medals and world records to her name. Yet rather than resting on these accomplishments, she continues to push herself into new competitive territories, testing the limits of her remarkable talent across different events. The inaugural Grand Slam track series represents a bold new direction for professional track and field, offering athletes substantial financial incentives while creating a more engaging format for fans. With its emphasis on versatility and its concentration of world-class talent, the series has the potential to elevate the profile of athletics between Olympic cycles and world championships. McLaughlin Lavrone's commanding performance in Kingston sets exactly the tone that organizers would have hoped for. Elite competition at the highest level, with established stars confirming their status while simultaneously exploring new challenges. What do you think about Sydney McLaughlin Lavrone's remarkable double victory? Does her dominance across both hurdles and flat events signal a new era in women's track and field? And how might her versatility influence her approach to the World Championships later this year? As the Grand Slam track series continues, all eyes will be on this phenomenal athlete to see what unthinkable feats she might accomplish next.
Gout's 3 from the left. You're not going to miss him. He's going to lead them into the straight. Gout's got a lot to do. We knew that. He gets up alongside Law. Can he get to Kennedy? Not at the moment. Kennedy's in front. Gout's coming hard. Very, very hard. Kennedy's won.
Gout Gout's coach, Di Shepherd, just threw fuel on the fire after the Australian sprint sensation's shocking defeat to Kennedy at the Moree Plant meet. What started as a stunning upset on the track has quickly turned into a heated saga, leaving fans alike questioning the future of the 17-year-old phenom. I know he's quite angry about that, Shepherd told ABC's 7:30 in a revealing post-race interview that has shocked the athletics world. This rare insight into Gout's mindset came after Kennedy, 21, beat him with a personal best of 20.26 seconds, edging out Gout's 20.30 in the Peter Norman Memorial Race, which was meant to mark Gout's rise as Australia's sprint king. The revelation is especially surprising considering Gout's calm public demeanor after the race. The Queensland high schooler was seen congratulating Kennedy at the finish line and keeping a gracious front while interacting with fans and media. However, beneath that sportsmanlike mask, a fierce competitive fire was burning, one that his inner circle has now brought to light. Gout's manager James Templeton was even more direct about his client's reaction, telling Code Sports, "He's pissed off, which is good." This insight into Gout's competitive mindset paints a picture of an athlete who, despite his youth, carries the mentality of a champion who expects nothing less than victory every time he steps onto the track. The loss marks a big moment in Gout's rapid rise to fame, as it's his first major setback since breaking a 56-year-old national record in December. His 20.04-second run at the Australian All-Schools Championships had people comparing him to Usain Bolt. Saturday's result was far from that, sparking concerns about the pressure and hype affecting the 17-year-old. Shepherd, however, was quick to contextualize the situation. "Everything we've done is a step forward. It's all about learning how to cope with this environment as well. So I think he's doing a great job. Just remember, he's a 17-year-old boy, and he's got a bright future." Her comments serve as both a defense of her young athlete and a reminder to the public that despite his extraordinary talent, Gout is still developing both physically and mentally. The race itself was a thriller that had the capacity crowd on their feet. Kennedy exploded out of the blocks to gain an early advantage and maintained his lead coming off the bend. True to form, Gout unleashed his trademark devastating finish, eating into Kennedy's lead with every stride down the home stretch. As both athletes lunged for the line, Kennedy held on by the slimmest of margins, just 0.04 of a second, to claim a victory that few had predicted. Kennedy, fresh from winning a silver medal in the 60 meters at the World Athletics Indoor Championships, was gracious in victory. "I just wanted to give him, Gout, a good race. It wouldn't be fun if he just destroyed everyone," he told reporters. "I'm sorry if I did spoil it a little bit, but what a great race. You can't be upset watching something like that." This sportsmanship highlights the respect between the two athletes, even as a potentially exciting rivalry begins to take shape. Despite the setback, Gout spoke positively about the experience in his post-race comments, though his words now carry more weight after insights from his coach and manager. Coming second is something you have to experience. It fuels my fire to work harder and be better at nationals, Gout said.